This is Prince Handley coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure healing, miracle working love. I want to talk to you today about the location of the third Jewish temple. Scriptural evidence, part 3. Let me give you a little description first of what we're going to talk about today. In this session, we will discuss several items that reveal difference between the currently referred to area of the Temple Mount and where the first and second temples, including the Roman rebuild of the Jewish temple on those locations, were actually located. We will discuss the following: scriptural evidence of where the tabernacle and the temple were located in the old city of David at Mount Zion, in the area of Gihon Spring. So let's get started with part 3 of the location of the third Jewish temple, scriptural evidence. The construction of the third Jewish temple could begin immediately if the Jewish leaders and the Temple Institute understood that the first and second Jewish temples were never located on the Dome of the Rock complex, which is called Haram al-Sharif. This is part 3 in a series to develop a construct proving that the Jewish temple was not on the traditional location referred to as the Temple Mount, but was in the city of David. In this message, we will develop the construct that the first and second Jewish temples were located on the original Mount Zion in the old city of David in the area of Gihon Spring, not at what is commonly referred to as the Temple Mount area or the Dome of the Rock or Haram al-Sharif. I want you to notice something. On November 4, 2021, there were 138 UN nations that adopted a resolution in the United Nations that referred to Jerusalem's Temple Mount solely by its Muslim name of Haram al-Sharif. By the way, this is only one of 7 resolutions passed that day that single out or condemn Israel, with 0 condemnations on the entire rest of the world, including China, North Korea, Iran, and Russia. So let's talk about the temple and Mount Zion. Both connect with the old city of David. According to Scripture, the temple has to be in the confines of the old city of David, not in the area commonly referred to as the Temple Mount or Haram al-Sharif, which is the Muslim Dome of the Rock platform. Let me read to you some scriptures. In 2 Samuel 5:7 we read this: "Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, that is, the city of David." This shows that Zion is within the city of David. Let me read to you from Psalm 132, verse 8 and verse 13. "Arise, O Lord, to your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. For the Lord has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his dwelling place." The ark of your strength is the Ark of the Covenant. The temple will house the ark, and Zion is God's chosen place for that, as well as the temple placement. Let me read to you from Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3. "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, for out of Zion shall go forth the law." The mountain of the Lord is the temple at Zion. Let me read to you now from Joel chapter 3, verse 21. "Sing praises to the Lord who dwells in Zion." The Lord dwells, my friend, in the temple at Zion. And now let me read to you from 2 Chronicles 3, verse 1. "Now Solomon began to build the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, at the place that David had prepared on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite." My friend, the temple will be built in the explicit confines of the city of David, which is the same boundary of the Jebusite city. The stronghold of Zion, Metzudat Zion, is located in the narrow perimeter of the 12-acre parcel of land known as the city of David. My friend, if Scripture is our primary source, there is no other place the temples can be located but within the geographic area of the stronghold of Zion. Professor Birch from England rediscovered the real Zion at the lower edge of the southeast ridge in the city of David during the period from 1875 to 1888. And check this out. In 2 Chronicles chapter 3 verse 1, now Solomon began to build the temple at the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, at the place that David had prepared on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. My friend, the threshing floor, and referring again to 2 Chronicles 3 verse 1, is key to identifying the temple location. Its connection to Zion in the city of David certifies to the evidence of the true temple location. I trust this information in Part 3, along with the previous messages in Part 1 and Part 2, will help you to realize that the real temples, the first and second temple, along with Herod's rebuilding of the temple, were never at the location that's commonly referred to today as the Temple Mount, or the Dome of the Rock complex, Haram al-Sharif. But no, the first and second temples, along with the rebuild by Herod of the temple, were in the location of Mount Zion in the city of David, near the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, near Gihon Spring. And by the way, in the show notes of this podcast, I've listed bibliography and suggested readings, several there. Some are free readings that you can do and research online, so I have the links for those and the bibliographic references in the show notes. Do your own diligence and pray that the Jewish leaders and those at the Temple Institute will realize that tradition, no matter how fixed through the years, of the temple being at the presently referred to Temple Mount location, or Haram al-Sharif, is wrong. It is in error. The Jewish temple, my friend, could be built today if the leaders of Israel and those at the Temple Institute realize that tradition they have held many years of the temple being located at what's presently known as the Temple Mount location, or Haram al-Sharif, is not correct. The temple could be started being built today if they would acknowledge this fact and forget the traditional misinformation that's been held. This has been your friend, Prince Handley, coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure, healing, miracle-working love. Baruch haba b'Shem Adonai.